Hello, I'm Ken Harrell, and I'm the managing partner of the Joy Law Firm in South Carolina. Workers who sustain head injuries as a result of a job accident often have traumatic brain injuries which go undiagnosed. The problem with this type of injury is that they often cannot be seen or detected without specialized testing by doctors who have expertise in the treatment and the diagnosis of brain injuries. Unfortunately, many persons who have sustained a brain injury are left with the severe consequences that affect not only them but the entire family without having these injuries properly diagnosed so they can receive the treatment which will allow them to recover as fully as possible. If you have sustained a head injury while working in South Carolina, it is crucial that you be properly evaluated to see if you have a physical brain injury. If not, you can be left with lifelong consequences, which could possibly be lessened if you receive appropriate treatment. And the failure to have a physical brain injury diagnosed can also drastically impact the value of your case. Let me address the way the failure to diagnose a physical brain injury can affect the value of your claim. Under South Carolina law, a person who is totally and permanently disabled as a result of a work injury is generally limited to a recovery of 500 weeks of benefits. Now, what this means is that for a person who is 35 years old and is totally and permanently disabled as a result of a work injury, this person is going to be capped at less than 10 years of benefits for the disability. Now, under our law, there are two exceptions to this 500 weeks cap. These two exceptions exist for paralysis and for a physical brain injury. So let me give you an example as far as the value of your case. Let's take a hypothetical 35-year-old man who has been injured on the job and who has a $500 weekly compensation rate. Now let's assume that this person has been paid 100 weeks of temporary total disability benefits before the total disability claim is resolved. That means we have 400 weeks of benefits left. And in South Carolina, to get a lump sum recovery, we use what we call a present cash or a commuted value chart to determine how much of a lump sum should be paid. Under this chart, the present cash value of 400 weeks of benefits works out to 338.4365 weeks of benefits. And once we multiply that by the compensation rate of $500, we're left with a disability recovery of $169,218. Now let's use the same hypothetical, but let's assume that this person has been found to have a physical brain injury as a result of his accident, in which case he would be entitled to receive lifetime disability benefits as opposed to 500 weeks. So if we use these same facts, 35-year-old man with a $500 compensation rate, we now have to look at this man's life expectancy. And under South Carolina law, a 35-year-old male has a life expectancy of 43.05 years, which works out to 2,239 weeks. If we use a discount factor, which recognizes that interest would be generated on a lump sum payment, and using a presumed 4% interest rate, we're now looking at a disability recovery for this fact pattern of $533,798, which is over $360,000 more than what someone would recover with the 500 weeks cap. Traumatic brain injuries are usually caused by a violent blow or a jolt to the head that causes the brain to hit the inside of the skull. The best example I can use would be the fatal injury which Dale Earnhardt sustained in the 2001 Daytona 500. I was at that race, and I remember thinking that it had not been that violent of a collision. And if you had looked at Dale Earnhardt after the wreck occurred, there was no visible injury which would have led you to believe that he would have sustained fatal injuries. But what caused his death was that there was enough of a blow to his brain inside the skull that the damage caused unfortunately killed him. What are some of the symptoms that you should be on the lookout for, and you should certainly alert your doctor to if you sustained any sort of a head injury? First, if there was any loss of consciousness due to the accident, that is a very important factor and can be a sign of a physical brain injury. Confusion, agitation or other unusual behavior, slurred speech, trouble waking up, loss of coordination, and several other factors can be an indication that there may have been a physical brain injury as a result of a blow or a jolt to the head. If you suffered a work-related injury to your head, please tell your doctor if you believe that there are any problems or symptoms that you are having that you did not have before your accident occurred. I also strongly urge you to hire an experienced workers' compensation lawyer to help you get the type of testing that may be necessary to determine if you have a physical brain injury. If you would like more information on our law firm's workers' compensation practice, you can go to our website at www.joylawfirm.com. Also, please understand that there is never a charge to talk to us about your situation, and all of the work that we do on our workers' compensation clients' behalf is on a contingent fee basis, which means we are only paid if we are able to obtain a recovery for you. If you would like to talk to us about your situation, please call us at 888-324-3100, or you should feel free to email me directly at kharrell@joylawfirm.com. I hope the information in this video has been helpful to you, and if we can help you with your situation, please call us.